This is a protective amulet for the home, working with the Archangel Michael and the planetary energies of the sun. In order to work this spell, you will need to have the 2 squares of Michael, and you can find out how to make those by downloading my free booklet, How to Work the Angelic Squares, at arielgatoga.com/squares. arielgatoga.com/squares. You'll need an address to make the sigil out of. I'm working with a fictional address, but you'll obviously use the address of the dwelling that you are protecting. We start out with a small square of tracing paper that I've cut to size. We tape it to the numeric square first. Finding the first number of the address on my square, I start out by drawing a small circle, which denotes the beginning of the sigil. Since this starts out with a repeated number, to denote that repeated number, I make this small curve. Then I place my ruler at the end of that curve, and then I draw a straight line from that number to the next number. And then replace my ruler so that I can draw a straight line from that number to the following number until I'm finished with all the numbers of the address. Then I remove the tracing paper from the numbered square and put it onto the letter square, where I will continue drawing my sigil. Where I left off from the last number, I then set my ruler. I draw a straight line to the apartment letter, which is B, and then from there to the first letter of the street, which is an S, and then from there to the next letter of the street, which is an A, and so on, until I'm finished with all the letters of the street. You don't need to worry about the city or the state. The number and the street is sufficient. Then I want to remove this tracing paper from the angelic square, and I can put the angelic squares away because I'm finished with them. And I'm going to take an orange crayon or colored pencil, since the sigil needs to be in the color of orange, which is the planetary color of the sun and of the Archangel Michael. On the reverse side of the tracing paper, color in over each and every line. I want to make sure that I have marked the center of the square of this tracing paper and also the center of the square that I'm going to be using for my talisman. I line up the 2 center points and I tape the tracing paper on top of the white card that I'm using for my talisman. Then I'm going to take a pen and I'm going to draw over all of those lines once again, because now what I'm doing is I'm transferring that orange crayon from the back side of the tracing paper onto the white card. Once I've finished doing that, I can peek under just to make sure that I've got it all. I will be left with a sketch of my sigil. Then all that's left to do is take my orange pen and go over all of those sketchy lines with nice, clean, dark orange lines. Once my sigil is complete, find where that center point is with my compass and enclose it with a circle, and then one circle a little bit larger. I start off with a 6-pointed star and write in the first verse of Psalm 91. Keep writing the verse all the way around the circle until you run out of room, and then end with 3 dots. It is not necessary to finish the entire verse. Just keep writing until you run out of room. I like to draw another circle right outside of that outer circle so that I can have a guide for cutting. I'm going to burn an orange candle, and I'm also setting a chalice with some water, a teaspoon of salt, and 6 sprays of hungry water. Now, if you don't have hungry water, you can substitute a tea made of rosemary leaves, to which you've added the teaspoon of salt. Allow that candle to burn down and out by itself. Hide this talisman away somewhere in your home. It doesn't matter where, just make sure that it is away from prying eyes. I like to put mine right in my book of Psalms. Then you take the rosemary water or the hungry water with salt in it and sprinkle it all about your home. Wash your doorknobs, wash your floors if you'd like, wash every place where you need extra protection in your home. You can do this on any phase of the moon, but it's best to do this on a Sunday or on a Wednesday during the sun hours. It's always a good idea when working angel magic to avoid the dark moon and the eclipses. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, blessed be.